Hey there and welcome. This is Metal Sharpens Metal and my name is Daniel. Today I'm super excited to get back to a band that I've looked at one of their songs. This is Unprocessed, and today we're going to go over Haven. Oh, I just realized the last song was Hell. This is Haven. It's like opposites maybe we're doing here. Honestly, I had a hard time picking which song to do off of this album. This was the first album of theirs I heard. I loved it. It has got to be the first or second favorite Djent album of ever. This would be the other contender right there. Today we're going to watch the live video for this song because they did this whole album live. It seems like they just kind of figured this out and went for it themselves and have been nailing it. They're not allowed to use processing. That's in the rules of the band because of the name. This is not processed. It's not processed foods. RFK Jr. 100% approves of this band. They're his favorite band. I am speaking only truth and facts right now. You can go take that directly to him if you want to confirm. But yeah, these guys are great. So I'm very excited. Let's go jump in. All right, starting with our boy Manuel. Let's go. Big props to their drummer too. Like, he can keep up with some insane players. I like this riff. It's maybe a little dated, but it holds up so well. Yeah, people have noted it's not really fair that he's got a great singing voice and can play this guitar at the top 0.1% tier. Just kidding. It doesn't have to be fair. It's just epic. Yeah, that's like a classic Djent move too. Yeah. And that riff too, the Djent is kind of alluding to things in the future here. You're going to be happy for the drummer keeping the pulse here in a sec because the guitars get a little... Oh no. What's next? After they bring the full 8-string to the party. So, yeah, drummer's playing this counter beat over it, making it groovy. It's a great bass tone. It seems cleaner than others. Oh, I forgot about the solo. that like harmonic arpeggio something. There's more feel in this one than the recorded one. 1 second. We need to go back. The like kind of like fluttery sound he was doing. Oh my gosh, why is he so good? All right. It's like right here-ish. He writes heavy, he sings, he screams, he shreds, and he does it all live. Like, talented young man. And surrounded by other talented guys. And then back to our 5/4. Kind of, I don't know. And then when the drummer goes halftime, it makes it more confusing. And there's something about the tone of his screams that like match perfectly with the growl in their guitar tone. I mean, that part's just like jazz, hitting the parts together and stuff. It's yeah, that's. I know it's not real jazz. Like, don't come at me, but yeah, all these little accents and stuff that you just. You could not be. You could not. Well, there's like 20 people on Earth that could just jump in and kind of figure this out. And then, yeah, they've got an interlude section here between songs. Jeez, gee golly. Yeah, that's just a taste. Like, go listen to the album. If you haven't heard Covenant yet, and maybe you've heard some of their new stuff and you think that's pretty bonkers. It really is. But when I first heard this, I can't remember how I found out about it, but I would listen to it in gym. Like, I just wanted to lift some weights to this. Like, it was just driving, and it was a journey. You know, you're moving on a journey for the music. It's so good. So like I said, today's video, it was hard for me to choose just a single song. And I didn't want to turn this into an entire album review, but I would recommend you go listen to the entire album. At the very least, go check out this entire live set because, again, the fact that they pulled this off with like almost no mistakes, they are very impressive. Like I said, it's got to be one of my top 1 or 2 favorite Djent albums of all time, partly because of how different it was and still is, but not like different in the way that weird postmodern indie bands will say when they like, you know, record their guitar through a pine cone that they found outside. Like, no, this album, Covenant, was still hugely impactful due to Manuel being Manuel, musical genius, man. But also because they just did some great writing. He had some great musicians around him. He couldn't have pulled this off all by himself. Oh, and I totally forgot to talk about the rhythmic things going on in that song. Drum aficionados, feel free to roast me if you need to, but I think that middle section where like where he's going back and forth and the drums are keeping the pulse over it, I'm pretty sure that's a 5/4. Yeah, the guitars being, you know, kind of counting 5s and the drums counting 4s in the same amount of time, so it doesn't match up. It's not like they're both going 1, 2, 3, 4, drum stop, and then 5 is the guitar keeps going. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. No, let's try. I can't do it.
Why don't you explain this to me like I am an 8-year-old?
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does that work? Maybe I'll put numbers over my fingers. That would look kind of cool if I did that in editing. Anyway, that's just a super cool move that people don't use a whole lot. They do a lot of 2/3, sometimes 3/4. 4/5 is where it gets tricky. Again, I'm not sure if I'm totally right. And I think they might do like these little turnarounds at the end of the phrase where they kind of match back up at the right time. I should have dived into this more. I should have done a little bit more research. I'm a poser. I get it. I get it. You can say it. You can roast me. But yeah, this song just has really hooky moments like that. The whole album does, honestly. There's hooky melodic moments that you will get stuck in your head if you like this album at all, like me. I mean, Manuel's picking in his... So overall, top-notch album. It's worth revisiting every couple years, bringing it back into the gym, and your muscles are like, yeah, we remember. We crushed some weights on this, so we're going to do it again. That's what everybody hopes for when you listen to it again, but sometimes it happens. So for a while, this album kind of confused me, at least in terms of what the lyrics mean, because it seems like a concept album overall. It seems like it's describing some kind of world or story, bit of personal journey maybe mixed in there, kind of like how their song Hell did. So even though I really like understanding an artist's view behind their songs and their albums and stuff like that, I also know that sometimes we just don't get that information, and ultimately, I think it is okay to sometimes read our own meaning into the lyrics to some extent. I've changed my opinion on that a bit over the years, partly because I understand that every song isn't trying to tell this grand narrative. I get that. And in that case, the artist may have not anticipated your response. They were just trying to keep it kind of open-ended, applying to many people's lives and things like that. And also because I realize that I am not always the main character. I think that we struggle with that concept sometimes. We like to listen to a song and think, oh my gosh, he was speaking directly to me. But honestly, if the artist did go with that first option and they were just trying to kind of make it generic and applying to everyone, not, staying neutral, not stepping on any toes. Hey, by the way, I believe that. If they're doing that forever and they never put out anything that's personal in their lyrics, I would question whether they were creating music just to make a paycheck, go viral, make some money. I don't think Unprocessed falls in that camp at all. But I think we all know that it happens sometimes. But when I was going through these lyrics again for this video, it struck me that I think I do have an idea of what Manuel's trying to say here. So these first two stanzas seem to be describing some kind of vision, some imagination or daydream or something that Manuel is doing. So I see a vision of netherworld, a vision full of green and blue, where the wild roses grow on a mountain high beneath a purple-colored sky. Beautiful. Pull out the Nikon for that one for sure. Then he says, I see a vision of a never withering earth, circled by miracles from far away, no dust in the wind, the air full of life that is taken by the blind. Well, so right before that last line, he's describing this, picturesque place, right? Miracles circling, like this just sounds like some kind of fantasy story or like Magic the Gathering. It's pretty sweet.
I work with a bunch of nerds.
But then that last line, it's taken by the blind. So now people who don't recognize the beauty that they're living in and surrounded by are taking control of this world. And then he has these three sections. It's no secret, it's no mystery, and it's a prophecy. It's no secret that those leaves will liquefy, the leaves that he was just looking at. It's no mystery that the shadows gape open. And it's a prophecy that we will drown in the mirrors of a world beyond abyss. That sounds not as good as Purple Sky Earth that we were just talking about, right? So yeah, we've got a bit of an environmentalist track on our hands, is how I'm seeing this. We go from Fern Gully to a dire warning about where we're headed based on these descriptions of what the Earth is going to look like. I gave a bit more context on the video I did for Epitaph, which was a song by Make Them Suffer, because I saw a lot of similarities between those lyrics and something like this. But overall, I think I can sympathize a little bit with how they're feeling with some of this stuff. Humans can steward this world pretty poorly at times, as we all know, and it was Adam's first sin that caused God to curse the very ground. So it's not too surprising when people point this out, but the main issue comes when people treat humanity itself as a curse instead of the curse that God put on the earth because of our sin. I probably sound like I'm splitting hairs a little bit when I say it like that, and I get the desire to point out that humans have made some big mistakes. We've done some big no-nos. We've done bad things for the earth. We've done bad things to each other. Humanity is sinful and broken and in need of a savior. So some people go full on misanthropy and they misanthropy pure, and they're like, well, just get rid of everyone, right? Nature is more important. We are ruining this earth. We are the parasites era.
There's too many people on this earth. We need a new plague.
But the Bible says that God created us in his image. We still have value, and we are the pinnacle of his creation. I know it sounds like we haven't lived up to that expectation, because we haven't until Jesus came and righted the wrongs that Adam and all of us have caused since. But we are still the only creature on this earth that has the responsibilities and capabilities that we do. No other creature is held responsible before God for their sin. No other creature caused the cursing of this entire earth. We are the ones that broke the relationship. He came to fix the relationship, and here we are with the offer right in front of us. Thanks for joining me on this one. I sure had fun going back through this again and picking a song and remembering the little moments. Oh man, it's so catchy. Parts of this are going to stick into your ear. They're going to be ringing through the halls of your brain 3 months later, unannounced, unrequested by your neural systems, and you're just going to have to deal with that. You're going to have to be like, oh yeah, that was some of the best Djent I've ever heard. That guy on the internet was right. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.